If Horrorfest 2023 was a Stanley Cup Game 7 title contest, then today we would be at the end of period 1, as it is now day 6, night 6 of Horrorfest 2023, 19 nights to rock. It is October the 18th. I've been very pleased with Horrorfest so far this year. Started out on Friday the 13th with Jason Lives, Friday the 13th Part 6, 1986, a first-time entrant into Horrorfest. Night 2, Island of the Doom, 1967. Night 3 was Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, 1988. Night 4 was Trilogy of Terror, 1975. And then Night 5, last night, was the classic, a first-time entrant into the series, into the Horrorfest, Horror High, 1974. If you have not checked this out, this is a low-budget film about a high school student who is forced by a janitor to drink a concoction that he's been experimenting on a hamster with, and it turns him into having these convulsions and being having a lot of strength and being in anger and killing people. Very similar to I Was a Teenage Werewolf, 1959, where Michael Landon turns into a werewolf, and it's a lot of but it's very similar, except for Michael Landon's character is more of a he's in a single parent home, and he has a lot of anger issues, and he picks fights at school, and he's a troubled teenager. Whereas in this one, the character played by Pat Carty, I think is the guy's name, Vernon is his name in the film, is a total chemistry geek, and it's an accidental thing. He doesn't try to drink it, he gets forced to drink the potion, but he ends up taking out revenge on a lot of the bullies and the teachers he doesn't like that have been mean to him, and the PE teacher who's hilarious too. Austin Stoker is the unsung hero of this film. He is a Trinidadian actor who was born in 1930, and he passed away a year ago, 2022. I think it was October the 7th. According to Wikipedia, his best known film was a John Carpenter 1976 film, so a couple of years after Horrorfest and a couple of years before Halloween, and it was called something at Precinct 13. It was an action thriller. He was also in some blaxploitation films of the 70s, but nothing really notable outside of that Carpenter film from 1976. But he played mostly cop roles, and he's a cop detective in this one. And the scenes with him and Vernon, where he's kind of lightly interrogating, just asking him questions, and it's so obvious that Vernon is the killer. But those are the best scenes in the film. Just the candor and the chemistry that those two have with the questions back and forth is worth, that alone is worth checking out this film. Austin Stoker, I don't know, it's detective something in this film. His look and his voice is very similar to the detective that worked alongside Burt Young in Blood Beach, Otis Young. Very, very similar to him, and also the way he's kind of patient, but he also has some kind of a short fuse sometimes and gets really mad at suspects, like the gym teacher in the closing scene. The PE teacher is hilarious too. The teacher, the old cranky woman teacher, is not very. She's kind of good in this too. I don't care much for the female role. It's the kind of the love interest of Vernon, and she's dating a jock guy, and it's I feel like this movie definitely, the director only had like one other film that he did, and there was one in like 1968, and it's some kind of a, I couldn't find it online, but it's kind of like something about kind of like a love story, but which is kind of weird. But Horror High, 1974. A great entrance. I saw this one time before, about a year or so ago, but a great entrant to Horrorfest. Could be a annual thing, because it's a very funny film. It's got sort of that The Blob 2 dark humor to it, a little bit of Splatter University humor as well. Horror High, 1974. Pat Carty, a bang-up job as the lead actor, the geek. It's definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of thing. That was night 5. So look at the weather today, boys. It's I feel like today is Wednesday, and for night 6, I think it's pretty obvious what to go with. It's sunny, a little tad chilly. I feel like after Horror High, it's time to graduate and go to college and watch Splatter University, 1984. Not a bad scene in the whole film. Clocks in at about 80 minutes. No, less than that, like 77 minutes or something like that. A movie I think I've seen every single year that I've kept a record of the lists, except for maybe 1 year I didn't watch it, back in like maybe 2015 or something. Splatter University, 95% chance that will be the film tonight. The great Dick Beale, B-I-E-L. The great Francis Forbes. And the great Rick Randig as Mark Hammond, the teacher. And that looks like it'll be tonight. Splatter University is not really I've never considered it like a weekend, like a Friday night Horrorfest movie or Saturday night. It really works perfect for like the week, like especially the middle of the week. And today is a Wednesday, and it's nice and sunny today here at Scotty Stadium, boys. All right, so I will see you for tonight's trivia, and I hope you will pick a nice feature tonight for Horrorfest. Switch around the dial to see if anything's on worth watching to continue, as we are now at night 6. I think we have reached a pretty crucial juncture in Horrorfest as we get a little closer to the weekend, and don't want to waste any choices here. Keep Horrorfest rocking, keep it rolling. 19 nights to shock. It is night 6, Horrorfest 2023, October the 18th at Bear Scott Stadium.